is Jarrod Horak for today's RacingDigest.com, and in this week's video we're going to do one for Sunday, July 2nd, 2017, and we're going to hop across the border. We're going to go to Canada and we're going to do the 10th race from Woodbine. This is going to be the $1 million Queen's Plate for 3-year-olds foaled in Canada, and they're going to be traveling 10 furlongs on the all-weather surface. We have a 13-horse field. This is a wide-open race, and you certainly are going to use that today's Racing Digest information to come up with the winner. Now, your morning line favorite is the 3, Holy Helena. And this one, you look at the digest numbers, the comprehensive performance rating, her fire ratings, also her pace and final ratings. They're all improving in each of her 3 lifetime starts. Now, she is a filly taking on the boys, but fillies have been able to beat the males over the years in the Queen's Plate, and this one certainly is talented. Last time out, she won the Woodbine Oaks, so she looked good from off the pace for trainer Jimmy Jerkins, and Jimmy Jerkins has been hot recently. His last 15 starters, he's had 6 wins in 5 seconds, 40% wins in his last 15, so you have a hot trainer right now. Luis Contreras got to know this one last time out in that Woodbine Oaks. As I said, her CPR numbers, her fire numbers are improving. She went from a 77 to an 80 to a 100 in the Woodbine Oaks. Her speed and pace ratings, everything is improving. She's going to be trying to get involved from off the pace, but she's not going to offer a ton of value. Now, some other contenders in this race, you have King in His Court for trainer Mark Casse. This one, numbers are a little bit lighter than the others, but very experienced. Is one that should be tracking the pace and is certainly capable of winning a race like this. Mark Casse also has State of Honor. This one ran in the Kentucky Derby earlier this year, and then went to Woodbine last out in the prep for this, set the pace, finished 3rd. The biggest question when he was running in the U.S. was the distance. Didn't think he could get that Derby distance, and he ended up weakening in the Derby, and then last time lost some ground in the stretch too. So I think that 10 furlong distance is a bit of a stretch for this one. He's going to be out there. He's going to be involved early, but in the late going could get tired. Tis a Slam, number 12, is one that you can consider for trainer Roger Atfield. Eureka Rosa da Silva is going to ride. Another one that reminds me a bit of King in His Court is one that has some ability, a little bit lighter on numbers than some of the top contenders, capable of winning, but it's not going to be in my mix. I'm going to go with number 1, Channel Maker, as my top choice. And this one is trained by trainer Bill Mott. He's doing well in his last 20 starters. He has 3 wins, 5 seconds, and 3/3. So he's been doing well with his last 15 starters, 20% wins. This one tried synthetic ground for the first time at Woodbine in the Grade 3 Marine in May. Ended up rallying to finish a clear second that day. And all of his numbers, that was the best numbers that he had. That was the best fire number that he ever earned. He earned a 150 CPR. His pace and speed ratings were the best he ever had. He had a final rating of a 147. That puts him right there with Holy Helena. And at 4-1 morning line, is going to offer value. Now, the same rider, Rafael Hernandez, got to know this one last time out. So he's had the prep race over the track, and it was a good one. Went back to New York to prep for this. Now coming back to Canada. Has some running style versatility. You look at the late fraction from the digest, and you see that in the last 3 starts, all 3 of them 24 and change. Some of the best late fractions in this race. So he's one of the fastest in the stretch. I like that for this 10 furlong distance. He fits on all numbers, and he's certainly going to be a solid threat. And if we can get 4-1, that would be nice. Now, Holy Helena, we mentioned, is definitely a contender. But another horse that ran against Holy Helena last time out, number 5, Inflexibility, is interesting for trainer Chad Brown. Javier Castellano is going to ride, and they teamed up to win the Preakness Stakes together. This is a good jockey-trainer team. They're 24 for 85. The Preakness winning combination. This one's 10-1 morning line. And she came into the Woodbine Oaks with only 2 lifetime starts, and in that race, she was tracking the pace. She was shuffled back. She came again to finish 3rd. And if you look at her pace ratings and her final ratings, in each of her 3 lifetime starts, they improved each time. And I like the fact that her pace rating went up last time, and so did her final rating. And she's one that you certainly want to consider. If Holy Helen is 3-1 and she's 10-1, certainly she rates a look in here. Now, Malibu Secret, number 8, at 20-1 morning line, looks a little bit interesting, putting blinkers on for trainer Malcolm Pierce. Alan Garcia is going to ride. And there's numbers for him, they're moving up. He had a 76 fire rating in his debut, and then he went from an 80, and then he got an 86. So the fire ratings, the CPR numbers, and then his final rating and pace ratings all went up last time out when he faced Channel Maker, and he was third, well behind Channel Maker in that one, but still lightly raced. I like the pedigree. Malibu Moon, Dynaformer, the Dam Sire, with the blinkers on. Maybe he'll be a little bit more interested early. So he's bred for the distance, good connections, speed figures in the mix, a little bit lower than the others, but going in the right direction, and he's a little bit interesting. Aurora Way, number 11, is another one that's a bit interesting in here. 6-1 morning line, only one lifetime start, that's the problem. Mile in the 16th at Woodbine, and won that one easily. I ended up getting a 110 pace rating, a 132 final rating. I got a 90 fire rating, and then a 136 CPR. That was an overall rating there. So this one has a lot of ability, nice pedigree. Giants Causeway, Pulpit, the Dam Sire. So it was bred for the distance. A lot of upside, but only one start, giving away a lot of seasoning in here. That's the problem with this one. So here are my top contenders in the 2017 Queen's Plate. Channel Maker, my top choice. I'm going to make Inflexibility number 5, my second choice. Number 3, Holy Helena would be my third choice. And then throwing in for exotics, number 8, Malibu Secret, number 11, Aurora Way. And here is how I suggest playing this one. We're going to make a win wager on Channel Maker in this race. We're going to play a trifecta, and we're going to put number 1, 3, and 5, Channel Maker, Holy Helena, and Inflexibility on top. We're going to use 1, 3, 5, 8, 11, and 1, 3, 5, 8, 11 in the second and third slots. And you can play 20-cent trifectas at Woodbine and 20-cent superfectas as well. And for a superfecta, we're going to put Channel Maker and Channel Maker and Inflexibility on top, the 1 and 5. We'll add Holy Helena in second to 3. We'll put all in the third spot, and then we'll come back and we'll use our 1, 3, 5, 8, 11 in the fourth spot. So again, those wagering strategies. We'll make a win wager on number 1, Channel Maker, a trifecta, 1, 3, 5, with 1, 3, 5, 8, 11, with 1, 3, 5, 8, 11, and a superfecta, 1, 5, with 1, 3, 5, with all, with 1, 3, 5, 8, 11. Now, if you're interested in the full digest for the Queen's Plate Day at Woodbine, go over to todaysracingdigest.com. You can find that there. A lot of information, big card, 13 races. They have some guaranteed pick 4s. As I said, they have 20-cent trifectas, 20-cent supers, 20-cent pick 3s, 20-cent pick 4s. They have an outstanding wagering menu at Woodbine. One of my favorite tracks to play. I sell full cards from Santa Anita, and I typically offer best bets from Woodbine. And I'll be doing that all weekend long on this big Queen's Plate weekend. And if you're interested in my full cards, you can find those at todaysracingdigest.com, along with that complete digest for Queen's Plate Day for Woodbine. And that'll wrap up this week's video for the digest. I'll be back next week with another stakes race.